Hello, it's a great day here at KEKFILA's YouTube channel. It's been a couple days since I did a commentary. I'm doing these one a day. This one should be uploaded on the 4th, and I'm facing against a Law. They won the die roll. They decided to go first, I believe, actually. Or maybe I won the die roll. Anyways, I'm going second. Right, so I don't mulligan, he does mulligan. My opponent's from California. And that's basically it. This is from Treasure Cup Played TCG, and this is round 6. So currently I am 4 wins and 1 loss. He puts 4 life out, he goes first, he plays down a chopper. Pretty simple. And then I decide to pay 1 for a Perona. I decided to do this because I usually do it on turn 2, but maybe on turn 2 I had a different idea. I stack the deck the way I want it to be, and just pass. Opponent, he goes to 3 Dawn, and now he's thinking of doing Law things. So he plays a Brook. Pushing 2 on his leader, throwing 7 at me. I'm gonna take that, and he pays 1 for a Bonnie. Pretty simple game so far. I am going up to 4 Dawn. I swing 7, paying 1, playing a Kuma, and he ends up taking that with no trigger, and I pay 1 for the top 3. This is maybe where I should have played this first, but I forced him to deal with it now, which is different, right? And one thing I'm noticing, my hand's showing a lot now in these games, like a lot. So something I need to improve on. Just don't show my hands, you know. Pretty hard. So Law, he ends up swinging 5, I believe. If he's doing Kuma or leader, I'm going to counter out, I believe, here. Either one. So I decide to counter out a 2K. He hard plays the Law, picks up the Bonnie, puts down the Dadan. This is very odd. I thought my opponent was kind of a novice when this happened, thinking, why the heck would they ever do that? But here we are. Me commentating this game. So I definitely thought that was like a red flag. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would anybody ever do that? So my opponent has nothing for me to swing at. I do have this character down here, and I'm just really thinking about how to do this turn. I kind of wished I used my Doflamingo 1 cost here, but maybe my hand was pretty juice. So I did feel pretty confident at this point in the game, if I remember. My screen flickers sometimes, or my opponent's does. I think that was a him issue, but it might have been a me. So I played top 5 cards of the deck, because I think the top of my deck was kind of poo-poo. And this was my plan from the beginning, but ended up being more like this. And I wanted to build a field now, because my opponent's not being too aggressive. So I ended up swinging for 7, paying another Doflamingo with a top 5. I guess this wasn't too great. I'm not getting 11 Jinbeis, or all 4 of my Jinbeis off the top of my deck, right? So I end up passing turn. My opponent, oh no, not passing turn. Swing 7 at him. He has to decide what he wants to do. He ends up deciding to he just blocks and gives a 2K, which pretty fair, right? He ends up always putting a dice on his hand too, to make sure I know his hand. So, and it looks like he took that last damage because I swung 5 with Kuma. So he guarded out the 7, took the 5 with the Kuma. Pretty interesting, right? And he goes up to his 7 Dawn play. He plays an Otama, minusing my Kuma. Swinging 3 at the Kuma. I block with the 4K. Swinging 3 at the Kuma again. I let it go. Swinging 5. Oh, no, he's thinking. I just wanted to get another attack out of there, and it probably didn't even matter. So my opponent swings 6 at one of those laws. He swings 6 at the other law. Shambles picks up the Dawn, putting down a law and picking up the he thinks here for a moment, the Brook, and he decides to put down the Chopper. He really wants to defend this law. I don't really have a lot of answers to it, and he ends up the turn with 3 Dawn up, so he didn't use a lot of Dawn. He didn't really need to anyway, but that kind of just left me like a what the heck is he doing? But he got 2 laws out, which is pretty strong. I end up just first swinging 6 at is probably leader. He blocks the law. And I think here for a moment, he has so many blockers out. Oh, he blocks, sorry, another block. I'll block the Chopper. Okay. I'm thinking here, there's a lot of things for me to think about, but maybe I should do a little bit of skipping here. So I swing 7, playing a Gecko Moria, and I decide to grab the 3-cost blocker. And then I play a Pacifista, and I play a blocker law, or Kuma. Looks like I had Pacifista ideas in mind, and I still had blockers up. No Love Mellows. I wish I had a Love Mellow here, but one of the things. My opponent then goes to a 9 Dawn turn. This is the crazy turn, okay? This is nuts, what he does. Honestly, this is just, like, kind of gross. He pays 5, gets a blocker law out, places... He picks up the Otama, places the Dadan. The Dadan then decides to look at top 5. And he thinks here for a moment and decides to grab the Otama. So now he has another Otama in hand, which is pretty nuts, right? And he's going to place down Otama, I'm sure. Oh, I placed down Nobani and paid 2. You can see in the chat here. The previous law was better. I felt like this, and then this guy just decides to pull this, grab it a 4th law, right? Kind of nuts, to be honest, right? He hasn't used Shambles yet. He uses Shambles, picks up a red, puts down that, put that up, picks down the... And I'm just laughing. Like, this is cracked as hell. I've never seen this before. Someone having 4 laws at 9 Dawn. That is absolutely freaking cracked. And he already had 2 down, so he can swing with 2 of these. And guess what he decides to do? He decides to swing with his leader first. And he swings 5 there. I end up just blocking it. 6 there. I block that and then call out a Pacifista. And 6 again on my Moria. It looks like I have a 2K. And he passes turn. So he ends up with 6 cards in hand. 2 Otamas and a Nami. And it's just kind of cracked, right? Like, we're laughing like how cracked that is. So I'm not even sure what I do here. It looks like I don't even have a 9 cost in hand to deal with this. So I most likely go. I think I'm swinging for face at this point, which is kind of bad. I just need him to get rid of cards. No, it looks like I was swinging at his blocker law. Swing 6 again at blocker law. I'm just trying to whittle down his hand. He gives me a 2K counter. So give me 3 cards. I Mihawked. Looks like I did. I Mihawked the standing one. And I don't really have much of a hand. I have all my cards except for this Gecko Moria didn't get rested. Maybe a mistake. Maybe actually maybe that is a mistake, not using the Gecko Moria. But no, he just blocks with law. Never mind. So he Otama's something. He swings 4, kills the 4K. It's gonna die anyway. Swings 6K at my Kuma. And I'm not saying I'm tilted, but this is like extremely strong. I don't know. If you're playing law, how do you even lose in this situation? How would this be possible? He puts a Dawn on here, swings 7 at leader. I take that. And he still hasn't used Shambles yet. And he attached all 3 laws, by the way, so that's kind of nuts. So he texts all 3 laws. I take that down. And he plays the restanding law. Great, great. And he ends up swinging... Oh no, maybe he keeps it standing. No, he keeps it standing. So he at least has 1 blocker. With 3 active and 4 in hand. So, yeah, if you're playing Law, I don't know if you ever can lose this. Even if I had a Mihawk in hand, Mihawk isn't doing anything. He just kills me next turn. So... I need to think, how do I go defensive here and how do I deal with this offensive? I kind of thought, do I have enough to kill him? He has 1 blocker and 2 health. And so I had to kill him. I had to attack 4 times at the very least, which is all my cards. And he has to not counter out of 1, which is not really possible. So I start with an easy 9 at lead, I believe. And I'm not sure if it was the leader, but... he took it. Okay, he took it. He went up to 5 cards in hand. I play the blocker. It looks like I didn't go full Oonga Boonga here. But then I place this down, getting a passive Akuma. Okay. Gives me a 2k and a 1k. And it looks like I just pass turn. There's no reason for me to use my Gecko Moria here because he's just going to swing at it if I rest it. So... just the unfortunate thing about having multiple 6k blockers. If 1 6k blocker is good, 2 6k blockers is nuts. So, he ends up just swinging 5 at leader first. That's going to be 1 card out of my hand. Okay, I'm showing my cards in my hand. I should probably just have that face down. I do have 4 active here to show I have Mellow. I use Mellow. I do draw a card. He does swing, looks like quite a bit. He's like attached 1, so he went to 7. And he goes 7 again with a blocker lot. I draw another one. And he touches another one. And again, he swings for 7. I decide to take this one. He has 2 attacks left with 5 Dawn, which is pretty cracked. Right? And he hasn't even used Shambles yet. He Shambles, picks up the green law, places down Luffy. Yeah, I couldn't do anything. I'm like, you play that dog shit? What the fuck? I couldn't counter out of that. So I just showed him my hand. I couldn't counter out of that, right? I probably had a Love Mellow in my last life. Didn't even know, but... yeah, just explaining it. That's kind of nuts. So, good on him. He ended up beating me. I don't remember how he did, but this is my 2nd loss. I'm currently 4-2. You know, I'm getting those losses too, so it happens to the best of us, but we'll just break it through. I still have 3 more games to go through, game 7, 8, and 9. And this is not the last law I play, but that's kind of a nuts scenario. But thank you all so much for watching this, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.